Hello, successionaires, and welcome to the national TV and conference call talk show, The Road to Success. I'm your host, Professor William Murray. And as always, God in me blesses and greets the God in you. The show, The Road to Success, is a show that's for you, and it's all about your question, to get your questions answered, and to give you a chance to give your opinions on any topic. It's for you. It's the greatness of you and the greatness that's in you. We talk here about any and everything. This evening's topic is titled God Ordained. You know, the show is for you and its success depends upon you. So stay tuned in. Stay tuned in. Successionaires, and I call you successionaires, because that is what you are. Stay tuned and committed to us, and you will see the difference in you, your life, your mindset, and your business. What I'm going to need you to do throughout the course of the show for the next 60 minutes is to share this out. Give that blessing to someone who doesn't know about this or who forgot that the show was on. Share it out. And if you're on YouTube or any of them, subscribe. I'm on 7 different sites right now at the present time, social media sites. So I always tell you to share this out, to do what makes you great and the world a better place. This evening show titled God Ordained, you know, something happened because I'm always looking for what I'm going to talk about each show. Because, you know, it's on Tuesdays and Fridays at 9 p.m. I've been doing this now for 12 years, 12 long years, over 1,000 shows. And something happened this week that made me pick the topic of God ordained. Now, with me not being a Christian, I'm not a Christian, but there are so many different beliefs and religion out there that Christianity is not the only, and I'm not going to say the best belief or religion to have. Whatever gives you that pure mind and that pure heart, I say is meant for you. But the topic tonight, God ordained, is because what happened, I know this week was God ordained, and it was just unbelievable. Like I say, if little stories can grow into big opportunities for someone else. And that's what happened to me this week. I was where I was supposed to be when I was supposed to be there. Now, I had doctor's appointments this week because, you know, I'm going through a full head to toe completely from head to toe. You know, I'm going to doctors to get physicals. From everything, I got specialists for my heart. I got a specialist for my bladder. I got a specialist for my prostate. I got a specialist for I've got several doctors that I go see. They're specialists in their field because I am getting a full, thorough physical, which one doctor can't do everything. But Monday, I went to the doctor, my cardiologist, for my heart. And he ran all these tests on me. Hit me on my knee, raise your leg, raise your arms, and how's this feel? How's this sound? Does this hurt? And then he tested my heart from the front to the back and all this stuff. And he said, Mr. Murray, he says, you're doing great. He says, you are doing good. He says, your heart rate is fine and strong. He says, and you're doing good. He says, how you feel? I said, man, I'm doing great. He says, that's what I want to hear. He says, any pains and discomforts anywhere? I says, no. I said, my heart is beating like it's supposed to beat, baby. He says, good, good. So the physical was over. He told me everything was good. See you in 6 months. I said, oh, yeah, okay. So then I had an appointment set for Tuesday because something came up and I couldn't. Oh, the snow, when it snowed. And they telling everybody to stay off the streets. Nobody goes. So I couldn't go out to the doctor for my appointment I had. So it had to reschedule me. And the day they rescheduled me for the wrong doctor, but I didn't know that then. So Tuesday afternoon, I'll go bopping into the doctor's office, sit there, wait my turn. They call me. And we go back to the room. The woman says, yeah, what's your weight? What's your height? She weighs me and all this other stuff. And then another lady comes in and she said, oh, Mr. Murray, I am so sorry. You weren't supposed to be here today. I said, are you serious? I'm here now because I'm 40 minutes from home, 45 minutes from home. She said, we can schedule you for tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock because the doctor that you were scheduled to see today has already left. Something, wow. I'm cool. I'm calm. Because I'm one of them type of cool, calm people. I don't let stuff upset me. I really, really don't let things upset me. So now here I have in rush hour traffic coming into D.C. doing rush hour traffic to get here for them to tell me that they weren't supposed to schedule me for this doctor today. Could I come back at 9:45 tomorrow morning, which would make it Wednesday? I said, sure, okay, I'll come back at 9:45, no problem. Now, this is what I'm talking about. I think is God ordained. So Wednesday morning, now what traffic. Y'all haven't seen traffic till you try to get into Washington D.C. on rush hour traffic. That is bumper to bumper, wall to wall, and treetop tall, and you're creeping. You're creeping to get there. So we left early enough we get there by 9:45, and we were still about 5 minutes late. And I left an hour and 15, 20 minutes before my scheduled doctor appointment. So I said, okay, I can get there an hour, 15 minutes. Well, I got there about 5 minutes late. Didn't matter. They checked me in, put a little wristband on my arm, and told me the doctor will be with you in a little bit. So the lady comes out, they call your name, you go back and say, we're going to put you in room 6. So I says, okay. So they put me in room 6. And the prettiest little nurse came in. She asked the same questions I've been asked the day before. When you're born, how you feel, anything bothering you, what's your weight? And then somehow, I have no idea how we got to the topic of. But she's saying that she's ready to settle down. She wants to get married. I want to get married. And we started talking. Me, there's no such thing as almost a short conversation with me. So I told her, great. I says, and she told me she had 2 children, a 1-year-old and I think, I don't know, 10, 12-year-old, something like that. And I joked, and I said, "Oh, you took your time with the second one, huh?" She says, "Well, it was an accident, but it was what it was." I says, "Great. That's great. You know, you were meant to have the second child, which was God ordained." And then she got talking about she wished she wanted to get married and this and that and this and that and this and that. Then I said, "Well, tell me something, dear. How old are you?" She said, "Oh, I'm old." She said, "I am old." I says, "Well, how old is old?" Here's where it kind of gets comical. She says, "I'm 30." I looked, I said, 30? I said, "Dear, that is nowhere near being old." She said, "Oh, I'm old." I said, "Dude, you're just 30." I said, "I am twice your age plus 13. So she deals with numbers because evidently she figured it out pretty quick. I says, "Old." I says, "Gee, you're young. You haven't really even started your life and stuff yet." And we got to talking and kicking it. And I was telling her, you have to be, because you hear me tell you that. I tell you all the time, you have to be that for which you're seeking. I says, you want a good man, become a good woman. You know, I was running that down to her. Y'all heard me say that many times, how I say that. And she still telling me that at 30, she's old. I said, "Darling, don't rush your life. And do not think that 30 you get old." I asked her, I says, "Are you the same person you were at 15? She said, "No." I says, 20? She said, "No." I said, "Are you the same person you were at 25? She said, "No." I said, "Well, at 30, you young. What does that make me at twice your age and 13? I says, "Take your time. There's no rushing." And we got to talking. I mean, we really got to talking, her and I. And she was absorbing what I was telling her. She was just sucking it in. You could see it. Because as I was talking to her and breaking down, and my wife was with me, and my wife, every night, my wife's quiet. She never says anything. Never says anything. And she chimed in a couple of times to tell the young lady when I told her, I said, "Look, we've been together 31 years. We've been together more years than you are of age. We were together a year when you were born." And I was telling the lady, take your time. Don't rush. You've got two children. Your blessing are those two children. And she's telling me about her baby's father, the last one that's a year old. And I was telling her, "Hey, he paying child support?" She says, "Yeah, he gives me money." I said, "No, baby. You take his butt to court and make him pay you child support through the courts. That's to make sure you get your money. And uh that you get it for a amount." She told me what his job was. And I said, "Wow, okay." They will take that money out of his paycheck every month. And you're going to get more money through child support that he's paying you because you're struggling. This man making good money, almost 6 digits, or maybe 6 digits. And that's all he's giving you a month for your child, and you're struggling. Take his butt to court. And as we were talking, and I was explaining things to her about take your time, grow up, and how to be that which you seek, and don't be evil, jealous, and all this other stuff, it touched her. I mean, it really touched her to where she was crying. And I was very cool and calm. I was just giving it to her point blank as if she were a client, and I was explaining things to her. And it really made me feel good that she was absorbing what I was telling her. And she was absorbing that for what she really needed to hear. And now I'm looking at this, I'm saying, okay, I was supposed to have been here yesterday. I was here yesterday. Because y'all know I talk to everybody. There's no such thing as stranger to me. Only someone I haven't met. And I've got a sense of humor. And I usually go on with a good sense of humor, joking with them. And when I say God ordained, I was not meant to see that doctor on the day before. I was meant to come Wednesday. I was meant to be there Wednesday just to have this conversation with this lady. 30 years old and upset and considering herself old. At 30, I mean, if you heard her talking about how old she was at 30, you'd have thought she's 100 years old. And when she started crying, or should I say, water running down her face, because she wasn't boo-hooing, she was just tears were running, because she was getting an understanding and getting an opening to make her feel better. To make her feel better. That was God ordained. I was meant to be there that day. She was meant to be the lady that was there to greet me and take me back to the room, and we talked. Then we talked for a while. She said, "Oh, I got other patients. Let me go check on these other patients." So she went and checked on. Then she came back, and the conversation. I wish y'all could have heard the conversation that we had. It was just so enlightening, and I was talking to her in such a calm manner, and a way that she was getting what I was telling her, and she really, 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 really needed to hear that. And I told my wife, I said, "Baby, we were meant to be here today to talk to this young lady." Because something my wife was telling her was potent and powerful, but she needed to hear it. And that's what made me decide I was going to talk today about things being God ordained. Now, I don't have to be a Christian to know that there's a God. I told you I'm not a Christian, and I'm not ashamed of that fact. But things happen to you, and you be in a position at specific times for specific things and for specific people at that time. So I was sitting and I was saying, okay, what am my show be about Wednesday? I mean, Friday. And it just came to me, God ordained, because I felt so good. I felt so good when I was leaving the doctor's office. I'm thinking about the conversation that young lady and I had. It was just that beautiful. I wish I could have recorded it and played it back for you to understand what I saw and what I said and what she realized and how much better she felt after me coaching her, mentoring her, putting things in her mind she didn't even realize I never thought about. And I told her, your blessing and your love is in those two children. It's your blessing and your love. Those two beautiful children. So when I went in to see the doctor, I told the lady, I jokingly told her, look, I gave you got a good lesson for me and it's free. And I said, I was supposed to have been here. I was here yesterday and they told me to come back today. I said, I'm not going to sue you. Just tell the doctors to have $1 million in the suitcase and bring the suitcase. And we were laughing about that, joking. It was joking. We were joking, laughing. So now I went to see the doctor. I said, Doc, where's my suitcase? And he said, well, what you talking about? I said, man, you supposed to have a suitcase full of money for me today. And I told him how we joked yesterday, the day before, and laughed. And he laughed at it. And he examined me. He did the same thing. Checked my heartbeat, and all that other stuff. My throat, and asked me how I felt, and checked all my medications. Some medication that I told him I was supposed to have been on, but I didn't take them. He says, well, you good. You good. And my doctor's holistic. So we got to talking about holistic medicines. And then we were talking about something, and he's telling us one time how Dick Gregory was his patient. I said, You don't know how well I know Dick. I said I know Dick for 37 years. And we got to joking and laughing about Dick Gregory, my buddy. I love that, miss that man. And we got to joking and laughing about Dick Gregory, and then he's telling about people he had met. Reverend Fauntleroy. I said, man, I know all of those. All of those in my circle. And he started naming people, and I said, I know those. Then we started talking about books. I said, Doc, you would love my library. We got talking about the Moors and ancient civilizations, and I was impressed at his knowledge about the ancient civilizations. I was truly, truly impressed. And we got to kick, and he says, look, I got this. Let me finish giving you this exam. We got to talking and kicking, and we just forgot that I was a patient. And I learned a lot about my doctor through the conversation we had Wednesday. That he would know, and I was giving him books to read. And he was taking notes like crazy. I was telling him about books to read. And when I told him all the people that I knew and that they weren't acquaintance to me, they were people I had associated with several times. And in fact, I'm the one who put on all the marches and protests in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, before we had 100,000 people or more. And I told him about that, and he was thrown back because he didn't know who I was. And then, like I said, we were talking about Baba Dick Gregory, and we were laughing. He says every time Dick was scheduled to come in, I had to cancel the rest of my schedulings. I knew what Dick was going to do. I said, that's Dick. I said, yeah, that's Dick. And then we just got to talking and kicked it about different people. And he was so surprised at the people that I knew, that I associated with, that he was excited that he had met. He's probably not excited about meeting me. He says, well, let me go and finish examining you. You're my patient. Let me examine you and finish doing all this and doing that. And I got a very good report from him. And then I was telling him about my vertigo. And he said, I got somebody for you. He gave me a name to a lady who's a specialist. Her only field is in vertigo. I'm thinking, that's who I want to see. So I got a chance to I called to get a reservation. Y'all don't believe this. The nearest reservation they had, I think, was in June or July. I said, oh no, I can't wait that long. I can't go that long. So luckily, the lady I talked to on the phone, when she called, my wife had called and get an appointment. And my wife told him, says he can't go that long because he just came out the hospital. And they told him to go see a specialist about his vertigo. Well, they called me today and they got me scheduled for in about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. And because of my sense of humor and the jokingness that I had with the lady when I called to make the appointment, she remembered me, and she was so warm. And 2 weeks, I go see the specialist, and I'm curious what she's going to tell me about my vertigo. And my buddy, he has vertigo real bad too, because he can't fly, and he loves to fly. But now he can't fly because the last 2 times he flew, they had to land the plane and get him to a hospital because vertigo is affected in your ear. And he called me when I was in the doctor's office to give me a remedy he had read about that I had been studied and read about. I didn't tell him that. I was just appreciative that he called me, and we had a discussion. And I said, I'll call you when I come out here. Then when I get out the hospital, I get out the doctor's office, I called him. And he was giving me this recipe. And I said, man, that's great. And I was telling him about all the stuff that I had learned about vertigo. But he was reading what I had already read and studied. Because y'all know I'm an information junkie. I am an information junkie. And if I look at everything, everything was God ordained. Meeting that young lady there at the hospital. At the time when the doctor had time to kick it with me, I mean, we kicked it. But that's not the first time seeing my general practitioner. But that's the first time we had a chance to kick it like we did Wednesday. And then for that to call in and that nurse to call in and remember who I was to give me a better schedule to see the specialist on vertigo. And she was just happy and content. Her and I was kicking and laughing, and joking. And that's a sense of humor that you have to have when you're dealing with the public. Because like I said, you may not get what you want, but every time you get it, it's on time. And for me to have been there that day to meet that young lady and for us to just start talking, I was what she needed. I was definitely what she needed. And I'm so proud of that situation, that moment. And I told my wife, baby, we were meant to be here today just to talk to that lady. It was unbelievable, the conversation we had. I mean, she didn't boo-hoo and cry, but tears was running down her face. I'm thinking I felt so good because I know I had done what my purpose for that moment was. Like I said, I realized I know my purpose. I know my purpose. And it is, see, y'all don't realize, see that the Millionaire Mastermind Institute, we build millionaire mindsets, lifestyles, and businesses. I am a mindologist. I work on your mind. I give you things to think about. I help you realize what's going on with you in your life. I don't care if it's personal, spiritual, financial, entrepreneurial. I know my purpose, and I have learned it very well. Being the president of the Millionaire Mastermind Institute and meeting and talking with the people that I talk to and helping the people that I help. Some of the conversations I have with some of my clients is unbelievable. I'm so proud that I realize and have the calmness and professionalism and the knowledge to be able to help you in those situations and be appreciated that I realize my purpose. I felt good Wednesday from talk to that lady at the hospital, the nurse. Because like they say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And I did. I was there at that time when she needed it most. Because one thing you got to realize, you are where you are behind your choices, how you see things. She's thinking 30 is old, and I'm telling baby, you have no idea how young you really are. How young you really are compared on the knowledge you're going to have as you get older. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. That's just saying you're getting your blessing. I realized that day I was a blessing to that young girl because I served my purpose, my full purpose. See, you never blame anyone in your life. Never blame anyone. The world is a mixture of people. So each individual has a purpose. Realize and learn your purpose. Take the knowledge from what happens not to you, but it all happens for you. Now, had they not have made that mistake and scheduled me wrong for Tuesday to bring me back Wednesday, I wouldn't have met that young lady. Nor would my doctor and I have had the time to kick it like we did. I felt great behind that that day with my doctor. He got a chance to know me a hell of a lot better, and he sees me in a totally, totally different light than just coming in and being a patient. And you might know a practitioner. He sees me from a different light, and he took down some of those books that I told him to read. Because a lot of them that he was naming, I said, I already read that. I read that years ago. Well, I studied and learned that years ago. And he was impressed. But I was impressed because he was reading them and studying them. The world is a mixture of people. Let me give you this. Good people give you happiness. Bad people give you experience. The worst people give you a lesson. But the best people give you memories. Do you ever just sit down and just think about some of the things you've done in your past and you smile? That's the best person at that moment because it gave you something that you can forever think about and smile and laugh about. The best people do give you memory. Hello, Sister Arlene. I see you're on, along with everyone. I haven't seen she's popped on. You got to love and learn from your experiences. They're yours. They're personable. They are personable. Live and learn from your experiences. Be what it is that you want in life. What do you want in life? Be that. But first, you got to know what it is that you want in life. And I was telling this young lady, I says, look, I said, as fine as you are, she was a pretty little thing, which is up to plus, y'all. When I say pretty little thing, she was. I said, you got me. I know you got men asking you out. Quit saying no. How the hell are you going to meet someone? I didn't tell her that, but how you going to meet someone? That's that person. If you keep saying no, God is putting them in your life and you're telling them no. Well, how are you going to get married? How are you going to meet that man if you keep saying no? I got another little story I'm going to give you about a client. And right now we still laugh about this. She was telling me that she like tall men. Well, she herself is 5'8", 5'9". Well, for a woman, that's tall. She I like tall men about 6'2" or more. So she was telling me about she had met this guy, and we doing a session. We talk, we get we get personable. And she was telling me she met this guy who's been trying to talk to her. She says, but he ain't but 5'8". He might be 5'8". He ain't as tall as me. I said, darling, but he's a man. M-A-N. You call yourself a Christian. God's putting this man in your life. And he's asking you out. And you telling him no, because you ain't 6'2". I says, and then I told her how my wife is not what I would have expected for my wife. I'm serious. Because I told my buddy, if you ever catch me dating a DC woman again, you have a mission to put both your feet as far up my butt as you can put them with the biggest pair of shoes you got on. I do not want a Washington, D.C. woman. I have enough bad luck with them. My wife is a Washingtonian. Best thing that ever happened to me. I ain't saying that. I'm saying that because that's fact. Like I tell you, truth and fact are undefeated since the beginning of time. Well, my client Guess what she did when I told her about it? Tell her yes, quit saying no. So she finally told him yes. And he took her out. She said they had a good time. And then he took her out again and again and again and again. And guess who she's in love with right now? A 5'8" brother. She told me by the time they went to the mall and these guys came up to him and gave him that. Oh, man, that's the way to go, brother. Because she's a stallion. She's a stallion. What they call a brick house stallion. And they gave him some dap because he's shorter than she is. So way to go, brother. And she laughs about that. I said, see there? What if you never told him yes? And she just having a tent with a little 5'8" self, and she standing over him. Because she is not a small 5'9". She is a thick, thick brick house. And when she told me them guys came up to him one day and gave him some tap whenever he was getting ready to get in the car, after opening the door for her, they come gave him some tap. Come on, way to go, brother. Way to go, brother. So you got to look at things that are God ordained. You know, you can't get what you want if you're constantly saying no. So it's not what you want, maybe what God wants for you. God ordained. I told the nurse, look, before I came in this building, before I came in this room, my spirit had already met your spirit and talked. How else were we able to have the kind you were able and you were comfortable enough to have the kind of conversation you had with me? Because it was through your spirit. Now, I am not a Christian, like I say, but I am very, very strong and adamant about spirituality. What is it in your life that you want? Quit, and I'm saying this, quit saying no. Quit saying no. You know, when you change your attitude from negative to positive, you're going to draw positive to you. That's what your spirit's going to become and do. That's what's going to lead you. That positive spirit. And that's what's going to go out to wherever you are, wherever you go. There are many, many men out there and many, many women out there who says, I love this person and they don't fit what I thought I wanted. Quit saying no. Because if you keep telling God no, he's going to give that blessing to someone else. Quit saying no. That's very powerful, y'all. Quit saying no. I've got another client, y'all, that called me about a week or so ago. About a week and a half ago. We had just gotten married. And I went to the wedding. God, he got the most beautiful. Oh, God. He has the most beautiful, gorgeous African wife. Oh, she is gorgeous. And he said, I'm tired of these men looking at my wife. I said, man, you can't control that, brother. Man, all these men, and we go out to the mall, these men be looking at her and watching her. I said, man, you can't control that. All you can do is smile at them and tell them thank you because they're complimenting you. Take that as a compliment to you that you got a beautiful woman that men look at and admire. Why you can't control the fact that they're doing that? You can't blame her for that. When you were dating her, did you know she was fine? When y'all were going out, did you know y'all that she was fine? Now you done married her, you stop realizing that she's fine, but everybody's realizing it but you. Come on, my brother. Take that as a compliment, because whose hand is she holding? Who's she hug and kiss? Who did she marry? Who is she making love to? You. Who is she coming home every day after work to? You. Take all of that and don't be jealous, and take it as a compliment. And then I explained to him how jealousy is the second cruelest emotion that exists. The only emotion that's crueler than jealousy is hate. Hate. You look at all these mega people, Trump people, how they're always angry. They're always angry because they hate people who aren't a Trump supporter. Who's carrying that weight around of hate? I can't hate no one. I don't want that cloud over me. I don't want that around me. It soaks into your pores. It soaks into your personality. It soaks into your spirit. I don't know what it is about me that people call me and they do open up to me. See, me coaching you is not always me saying, well, you got to do this for your business, do that for your business, or do this. I got to work on your mindset. I'm a mindologist, y'all. I got to work on your mind. I have to work on your mind. Because if your mind is not right, ain't nothing you do going to equal anything. Be proud. I'm proud and satisfied of my purpose. And what I know, what I do, and how I get you to see and change your way of thinking. And then how much farther you can go when you realize certain things. Now look at the young lady who's 5'9", and she's tall, 5'9". No doubt. She's a brick house, and she's thick, and she's always, wherever she goes, she draws attention. Not because of her size, her thickness, and her glow about her. Her glow that's about her, because she's confident in who she is. She's not a flirt. She's very quiet, but she draws attention wherever she goes. It just happens. You'll find when you do stuff like that, blessings and stuff come your way. Lines open in case somebody want to call and dial 218-548-0510, pin 1950 #. 218-548-0510. 218-548-0510, pin 1950 #. Now I can tell y'all plenty more stories about things that my clients tell me, what we go through, what we discuss, how we handle things. I am one hell of a coach, and I'm not bragging. I know me, my person. I know my job. I know what I do. I keep telling you, whether it's personal, spiritual, financial, or entrepreneurial, I can help you. Told you about this one lady that I've gotten. She went on. I worked with her for about 2 or 3 years, and she ended up getting a multi-million-dollar contract in her construction company. See, one thing I tell you, if you don't come from a wealthy family, work at it, study and learn, and make sure that a wealthy family comes from you. Make sure that it comes from you. See, you first of all, you got to discover yourself. Then you got to develop yourself, because it's all an inside job, baby. Just be calm. Stay calm. Trust in the process without worrying. Just be. Worry is very unhealthy. That's that. You might as well be taking poison when you worry, because you're poisoning your system with worry. Remain calm and trust in the process. What do I tell you? Life is a process. Commit wholeheartedly to the journey ahead and see it as an opportunity to grow. Once I changed, y'all, many years ago, my mindset, and I learned the positive point of being positive, I stopped being angry. I can't remember the last time, y'all, I was truly, truly angry. I realized there's a lesson in everything. I gotta remain calm, because when you're calm, you always got control of the situation. The line's open if anybody out there wants to talk to me. The lines are open. For those of you out there, just dial 218-548-0510, 1950 £. Oh, wow, I've been running my mouth that long. Y'all remember I keep telling you things are God ordained. How can you be a Christian? And like most of you are, believe in Jesus Christ, which most of you do, but you don't listen to his heed. Don't listen to the heeds of Jesus Christ. Because if you did, you wouldn't be hating people. That's God's creation. Things don't happen to you. And the sooner you realize they don't happen to you, but they happen for you, if you take the time to learn the lesson. Take the time and learn the lesson. What do you want? Become that. Well, I want a business where I can do that. Okay, become that. I often tell you, if you want to see how much you know, teach it. Learn and teach it. Here's but one person. It's your husband, your brother, your sister, your mother, your father. Teach it. Talk about it. But listen to learn. Learn to listen to learn. Don't listen to reply. Listen to learn. What I often tell you, do what makes you great, and the world a better place. And if you don't come from a wealthy family, then make your family wealthy. Mindset, baby. Your actions. Your actions. You know, I didn't bring the list. John Garnet. See, I got two desks, y'all. I don't bring my other stuff out here because this is my studio. You see me now, I'm in my studio. And I can't bring all my paperwork and stuff out here to be in my studio. But you know what? We need your support. The show, the road to success needs your support. We asking you for $25. Just $25. Send us. You can send more. But I get more, y'all, from most people than $25 whenever they donate. All you gotta do is Cash App $W Murray. On Cash App, go to Cash App, and then you just put in $W Murray, and the amount you're gonna send us. Cash App is $W Murray. Go on Cash App. $WMURRY. $25, $50, $100, $1,000, $5,000. Every penny that's donated to me, goes to the show, The Road to Success. Not a penny of it goes in my pocket. You can also use PayPal at paypal.me/MM Institute. PayPal.me/MM Institute. Or if you want to send me cash, you want to send me a money order or whatever, however you want to send me money. I should not send cash. I mean, we'll take cash, but I'd ask you not to mail cash, but however you want to do it. P.O. Box 47438, District Heights, Maryland, 20753. That's P.O. Box 47438. Just no. P.O. Box 47438, District Heights, Maryland, 20753. Give that blessing. Because see, here's the thing, when you donate to the Institute, you are blessing people out there because I get a chance to stay on the air, to give lessons, to teach you. And like last week, you see who I had on last week? Brother Bedford. Most people hadn't heard of him, but Lord, they know who he is now. Before then, I had John King III. I got some heavy hitters coming, y'all. I do. I'm going to have at least one guest a week. Sometime two, sometime three. All depends on how long they want to come on to teach and educate you. Because Brother Bedford laid some stuff on you last week, baby. Wait a minute, that was this week. That was Tuesday. He laid some heavy, heavy stuff on you Tuesday. Tune in. Do what makes you great and the world a better place. Donate $25 or more to the show, The Road to Success. And do what makes you great and the world a better place. That's what you're doing. You're blessing those when you donate. Because I can stay on the air for them. And then who are you telling? See, we can't grow if you don't help us. There's no growth if you are not helping us, if you are not giving us that blessing of at least $25 or more. Cash App, $W Murray. PayPal, paypal.me/MM Institute. We'll put it in the mail. P.O. Box 47438, District Heights, Maryland, 20753. You can call us here and use your credit card. Call us at 240-619-2019. Give that blessing. Life's going to give it back to you, baby, but it pays its debt. And when you bless someone, you got a blessing coming. When you bless, it's a blessing coming your way. God's going to ordain that. Be a blessing. Be a blessing. I can't believe I ran my mouth for an hour. But this is something, this was God ordained me to do this show. This was God ordained. For me to have the type of week and be able to tell you about clients that I'm coaching and some of the stories they tell me. If you notice, I don't give names. There's no way for you to identify who I'm talking about. And I'm not telling you something that's a lie. And God's my witness. I'm giving you true fact of what comes my way and what I do for people. I told you, I don't care what spiritual, personal, financial, entrepreneurial. I can help you. Your corporation, your company, your church, you, your family. And I got a special, and here's the thing, I got this special going during the month of February. Whatever you can afford. I'm not giving you a price. What do you need help in? What do you need some guidance in? What do you need some coaching in? What do you need some direction in? I'm here. Whatever you can afford to pay. Call me. Send me an email at TRTS, the road to set, TRTS.info1@gmail.com. TRTS info1@gmail.com. Well, call us here, 240-619-2019. And in closing, what do I always tell you? If you push me, I'll pull you. If you pull me, I'll push you. It doesn't matter whether I'm pushing or I'm pulling. Y'all, we will get there together. And I've told you, and I've told you, and you can hear me say, I tell you, I close with this every week, every show. Truth and fact are undefeated. Undefeated since the beginning of time. And the truth is, I love you. And the fact is, ain't nothing you can do about it. So until next time, I'm telling y'all, God bless. And keep working on your road to success. And quit saying no. It's all God ordained. Until next time, everyone, God bless.